Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Onyx, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's happening? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. How's it going, Jamie?
We work the best under pressure.
Yeah, I was listening to that intro and it was like, your flight will be 2 hours long. And I was like, and we'll be flying by the seat of our pants. That's what I'm thinking it should say.
I thought the same thing when it said the speed of light. I'm like, by the seat of our pants.
Yeah. Yeah, my computer decided to go cuckoo. This, it works perfect until, it's a show day, and then it decides to act all deep. And today was one of those days, so I literally, it just finished running a deep scan like moments before we were to go on air. So hopefully, whatever was hiccuping in it got fixed. I've been wondering because I keep getting this message saying a virus has been found on your computer. McAfee has found a virus. That's funny because I don't have McAfee.
I was going to say, you don't use, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Have you run your own scans?
Yeah, I got.
Have you done a boot?
Got Mac. I don't know, some Mac scanning software stuff that I use, and I use Malabitesware. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that message pop up yet, so
I don't want to get started about weird stuff happening with emails and stuff. It's bad. It's weird.
I guess I gotta quit going to those freaky circus porn sites.
Gotta stop clicking the links. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Don't click the link.
Check out the newest from Circus Freak Porn Network. What? Yep.
I was getting text messages today, like trying to extort money from me, but this time it's like sending it to two different people, not just me, but it was this weird other domain I'm not sure of. And then one of them was my phone number at whatever that domain was. I'm like, oh, Jesus. But I found out you can actually get recycled email addresses, kind of like the spoof, like the phone apps that are free. And you can get free numbers. You can pick the area code you want. But if you want a specific number that's a custom number, you pay for it. So I guess it's the same thing with email addresses. So,
Huh.
But there's a reason why I'm tripping out about all that I'm not even getting into.
Yeah. Yeah, I went a while without hot water. A good long while without hot water for a while there, Marie. It wasn't a big deal in the summer, but man, when it started getting cold, it was like, oh, hail to the no. But yeah, I had reasons for not having hot water. Now, I got, I think I mentioned it last week. It's funny, my neighbor came out yesterday and was like, we're having to replace our refrigerator. And I'm like, I'm about ready to get a third refrigerator. I'll be on my third one because the new one that I bought just a couple years ago, it ain't working. And the stove, I got one temperature on the stove. That's high.
What?
So all the burners on the top. You turn it on low, it's high. You turn it on high, it's high. Turn on medium, it's high. Just like pedal to the metal, high on everything. So I have no adjustment. So I'm trying to figure out how.
Gas or electric?
Electric. Yeah, if it was gas, I'd know how to fix it. But yeah, electric, it's like, So I was looking up YouTube videos this evening on it. And yeah, the dishwasher's still holding in there. The AC was making this clunk, 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 clunk noise. And I went and looked at it, and I couldn't really figure it. I figured, it seems like the fan. I just kicked the shit out of it. Been working fine ever since. So, hey, that's one way to fix it. Just give it a good walloping.
Like the TVs back in the day. Remember, you go up and go boom, boom, boom. And, it would just like work.
Smack it on the side. Yep.
Yeah, a good 2-3 good smacks.
Yep. Oh, man.
And yes, I've got another co-host here, Moose. She's been sick for the past 4 or 5 days now, and she's feeling better. She about knocked my whole setup over right before, but I'm so glad that she's getting into crap because it just means she's feeling better.
Yep. Yeah, I've had a couple sick dogs. Jamie and me have been texting back and forth all week with our sick animals. Sucks when your kids are sick.
And my sister's in Vegas doing similar weird things. But they're all getting better too.
Yeah.
Oh, now her eyes watering a little bit. See, it comes and goes. These like weird little symptoms.
Yeah.
Poor
I've had the cramp in my neck for the last 3, almost going on 4 weeks now. Finally went to the chiropractor today, and man, it hurt like hell when he was cracking my bones. But I feel better tonight, better than I have in like 3 weeks. So I got to go back next week, let him do it all over again. But yeah, it was getting to the point where driving was being kind of unsafe because I couldn't turn my head. And I'm like, oh man, this is only going to add up to bad things.
I'm just like, I cannot ever let anybody crack my neck. Nothing but my neck. Oh my God. I don't trust nobody to do that.
Oh, he was cracking my wrists. And see, I was diagnosed with dish disease a long time ago. It's, I don't know, dysmorphic, idiotic skeletal hypertosis. It basically looks like my spine looks like those old candles, that it would drip down on the wicker.
What? I never heard of that.
Yeah. And the chiropractor, my really cute, hot, one-eyed chiropractor back in the day, she was really good, but she was really expensive. And but she told me, yeah, you got to keep moving or you're going to end up in a wheelchair. And it's like abundance of calcification and the same
Yeah.
psoriatic arthritis and all that. So yeah, I'm like a walking shit show, but
Is that
yeah,
that you make an effort to like do like the bike riding and the walking and
yeah. Because if I don't move, if I don't move it, I lose it. So yeah, I got to keep moving,
I didn't know that.
whether it hurts or not. But yeah, he was cracking my wrists, which are really screwed up from all the years of skating and everything else that I did and busting my ass. And then this elbow has been like, I don't know if it's tendonitis or what, but he cracked my elbows today. Nobody's ever cracked elbows. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit. Yeah, he went all around me, man. He was cracking everything, cracked all of my fingers, and the only fingers
Oh my God, no.
that usually crack are my bird fingers. Yeah, he cracked my thumbs, he cracked everything, my wrists, my elbows, went to town on my neck, cracking my ass, everything.
I was gonna say I can barely watch those videos. Like like TikTok, they have all these chiropractor ones. They do it all fast, but it's like where they take the hammer to the back of the tailbone and they just go whap.
Yeah, he didn't use the hammer, but he used the clicker, and then he put this heavy duty massager on me that was like my whole body was like vibrating.
Did it have heat?
I think so, yeah. But yeah, it was a rough one today, but I do feel better this evening, so that's good. But yeah, if you're nervous about having your neck cracked and yeah, I'm like, yeah, he's like, what's up with your neck? I'm like, it won't move, I'm like, this is as far as I can turn my head. And so he was like, all right, and loosened me up, and it was like, I was like, I'm gonna come out of here like eating dinner with a straw.
That's what I'm scared of too.
But yeah, it was all good.
With my luck, I wouldn't get my neck snapped. I'd end up in a wheelchair.
Exactly, pee in your pants and go and leaving in a wheelchair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any more fallen iguanas? Not here. That we don't have too many wild iguanas here. I'm in North Florida. That's a full on South Florida thing. But yeah, I mean, there's a few around here, but not many. But yeah, there's a ton of them down south. But the weather here, other than today, it's just been windy and kind of comfortable, like 60s, 70s. And this afternoon, today was pretty nice, and then it got cloudy and started raining. So every time it rains and gets cloudy like that, we got a front coming in. It'll probably be colder than a witch's titty and a brass bra and a snowstorm tomorrow.
The things you come up with.
But who knows? Hopefully it'll be nice. I'm supposed to play a disc golf tournament this weekend.
Ooh.
And I don't know. I was thinking about going to Coral Castle.
Lens.
What's that?
Your lens was.
Oh yeah, does some weird things.
What were you saying?
We may go to Coral Castle this weekend. I don't know.
What's that?
Coral Castle?
Yeah.
You never seen Coral Castle?
I don't.
Oh, you must.
No. Okay. Show. What's Coral Castle?
Coral Castle. I'll show you a picture of Coral Castle. Down in southern Florida. And it looks kind of like this. Oh, man, don't do that to me. Come on. Here we go. Will this work? Nope, that won't work because that was the wrong button. Share the screen. Here you go.
It said Texas burrito. I said Texas tornado. I meant Texas tornadoes today.
Ah. So yeah, this is Coral Castle.
Oh, that's sick.
And it's
What?
Air 101. Of course there's Air 101. People. Same thing.
I just got goosebumps on the side of my neck. All that's what's that right there? That circle. Is that something different?
This?
Oh, that's part of it?
That's a tool that the guy made. He built this by himself. This guy was like, I don't know, 4'11", 5 foot, something like that. He was a little guy, like 130 pounds. And he built all this by himself. And nobody knows how he did it, really. You know, you can look it up and it's like, Coral Castle, we figured out how it was done. But no, not really.
How long has it been there compared to like St. Augustine and all that?
It's not that old. I mean, it was done in the 60s or something.
Okay.
I think I did a video about it. Yeah, from 1923 to 1951. Ed single-handedly and secretly carved over 1,100 tons of coral rock. His unknown process has created one of the world's most mysterious accomplishments. Yeah.
That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
People would come up and like, you know, if they were watching him work, he would just stop working.
Oh, wow.
He said he harnessed the power of the pyramids. So whatever that means, I don't know.
How did I not know this existed?
I don't know. I don't know how you did not know this existed. But yeah, it's a pretty cool place. Yeah, he made all his own tools and everything. This is part of his workshop here.
I want to go touch that one with the moon on it, like so bad.
Yeah. There's a gate.
That's his workshop, you said?
Yeah, that's part of his workshop there, where you can go in and see like all the tools and stuff that he made. And this thing here is some sort of I don't know, electromagnetic thing that he had like built, and a lot of people say this is what he used to move, you know, all the stones, and other people are like, no, and who knows, you know, who knows?
Maybe he put it there to throw people off.
Yeah. I mean, this is the picture of the guy right here. He's not a big dude. And this is one of his machines that he used for lifting big giant slabs of this coral. And
oh my God.
One of the stories is that, see, he originally built this place in one location and then he moved it. So he had already built a bunch of this, all these carvings, and then he moved it. And when he moved it, I think he moved it to Homestead from where he was. And when he moved it, he hired a guy with a truck to come, you know, haul some of these, you know, tons of weight of coral. And the guy got there and was like, how are we going to, you know, you don't have a crane, or how are you going to get this?
That's what I'm just wondering. Like, how do you put that on a flatbed?
Yeah. So he told the guy, he said, go ahead and go eat lunch, and, you know, I'll do it. And supposedly the guy came back 30 minutes later and he had them all loaded. And the guy was just like, what the hell? But yeah, he supposedly had them all on the truck. And this gate right here is
that's tripping me out. That's
a gate that actually, that's where you go in, and normally this would look like a wall, but you can push that, and back in the day you could push it with one finger and it would just swing open like that. And eventually the the hinges that he had made kind of gave way, and they fixed it, and they couldn't fix it as good as what he had it. So now instead of opening it with one finger, you kind of have to use your whole hand. But yeah, they couldn't get it. They couldn't duplicate what he had built and the way he had it balanced and made it open with just like the touch of a finger. So yeah, it's one of those big mysterious places that.
That's reminding me of something when you're talking about the touch of the finger and it closing. Like, I don't know if there's another thing that's like that. That's kind of reminding me of something.
Yeah.
Like I see people like do the videos or something when they like put the finger and close it, but I thought that was another country.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool place. So we may take a spin down there sooner or later.
You really should. Oh, look at the one with the little arrow on the top, and the one that looks like Jupiter or Saturn.
Yeah.
They're like planets.
The story goes that, he was in love with this girl, and he supposedly built this whole castle kind of as a tribute to his one and only love. That pretty much blew him off, I think.
Is there a significance to the way that these planets are lined up, like the moon, and what would that be, like Jupiter and Saturn, or not? Yeah, Jupiter and Saturn, maybe.
Maybe
Jupiter,
so.
Saturn, and the moon.
Yeah, I don't know. He had all kinds of strange things, and the reason he moved from his original place to this place was this place had ley lines that he wanted to have built on, that would better serve the purpose for what he was building this for. What
kind of education did he have? Like,
I want to say he came from where was it? Let's go to the website here and look. I want to say Lithuania or something like that. Who's Ed? Edward Liedenschenken was born in Riga, Latvia. That was it. Close. It had L in it. On August 10th, 1887, when Ed was 26 years old, he became engaged to marry his one true love, Agnes Scuffs. Agnes was 10 years younger than Ed, and he affectionately referred to her as his Sweet 16. Agnes canceled the wedding just one day before the ceremony. Heartbroken and deeply saddened by this tragic loss, Ed set out on a lifelong quest to create a monument to his lost love that has become one of the world's most remarkable accomplishments. Originally called Rockgate Park, but now known as Coral Castle. With no outside assistance or large machinery, Ed single-handedly built the Coral Castle, carving and sculpture over 1,100 tons of coral rock as a testimony to his lost love, Agnes. And he goes on, tells a lot more about him. You can check it all out at coralcastle.com. But yeah, that's him right there, and wasn't a big burly dude that, you would think would be working, cutting giant slabs of coral. But he had some sort of secret, and for a little dude, he accomplished a hell of a lot by himself.
Have you done EVPs there just for the hell of it?
No, I've never actually physically been there yet.
That's like standing there over by the, like in the middle maybe, and just throw on a recorders for the hell of it if you go.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
I can live vicariously through you.
It's going to play the little tour video, but it's not going to work. But anyway, yeah. That's it. Coral Castle. Yeah, it's weird when those iguanas like monitors, water monitors, all those, when they get to a certain point, when it gets cold, they just stop moving. And yeah, I was just watching one of my YouTube people, Tyler Nolan. He lives down in, oh man, he just moved. Can't think of the name of the town. Loxahatchee, Florida. And he just recently lost 2 of his black throat monitors. He had heaters and everything. And it got really cold here a couple of weeks ago. It got cold down in South Florida. What's that?
Mouth rot?
No, they just it just got cold one night, and they came out of their hides in the day, and it got cold, and they just stopped moving. And he found them the next morning, and they were they froze to death.
Oh my God.
Expensive monitors. So yeah, he was pretty devastated. But yeah, it's weird. Lizards and stuff like that, they just stop moving. You would think they would be like, holy shit, it's cold, I got to go get back on my heater. But they just get to a point when they're cold and they just stop. It's weird.
Wasps do that too.
The iguanas are up in the trees and they get to a certain point and they just stop moving and clunk, fall out of the tree.
I had a big green tree iguana about this big named Jack. He ate pizza. If you held up the pizza, he would like stand up like a dog and want to take a little bite. But when I moved, his enclosure, one of the heat lamps broke, and it was like just a matter of like 2 or 3 days. I went to go get another heater, and he ended up like getting all weird and mouth rot and all this stuff. But he was all kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I felt like shit.
I know, yeah. And Tyler was pretty devastated when he lost his lizards, because he really goes above and beyond and, taking care of his animals. And
I loved mine. I would pet him. I had a little cat leash thing for him. I could walk him through the apartments.
Trying to connect my other camera software, so hopefully my camera will quit spazzing out. We'll see. Trying to catch up with the chat here. I'm like way behind. Yeah, Marie, it's definitely not it looks a lot bigger in the pictures, but it's not that big.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. And she was like, wow.
This coffee tastes like ass.
Ass coffee. I'm gonna have to send you some of that mushroom coffee I've been drinking.
I want to try that.
Yeah.
This has been sitting in a coffee crap in the refrigerator for a couple of days. Maybe 4 or 5. I guess there is a point where it doesn't really taste good anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't like to dump it. I save it for my iced coffee, like if I have leftover.
Yep.
I just dump it in this like stainless steel carafe thing with like a thermos lid.
I'm currently drinking Liquid Death.
Ooh.
Sounds
How
healthy,
is that? I wanted to try it. Is it
pretty good? This is just the plain sparkling water. Doesn't have anything in it. But it's supposed to murder your thirst. I don't know if it does or not, but oh, what am I doing here?
Oh, yeah. I guess that's probably what I'm tasting. It's like, oh, it tastes like dirt, like a weird type of dirt. Or if you stuck your like tongue in like old coffee grounds, Don't ask me why I would know that.
Old coffee grounds with a cigarette butt in it. You know, we've all, you know, after a party, you get a drink the next morning and you're like,
No, I literally would eat the coffee grounds.
yeah, I made a cup of coffee the other day. I think I had more coffee grounds in it than I had actually coffee. My cup of coffee was a little crunchy.
Have you heard of like dry scooping? What the kids do? They like would like say, "Oh, I did like how many dry scoops?" Basically, they're taking ground up coffee and just like eating it, and they're getting like really sick from it. Kids are like having like problems, and I can't remember like what happens from it, but which I admit I used to suck on coffee beans. I put them in my mouth just to, you know, like chew them and stuff like that. But I guess they're like eating like hella coffee right now and doing like these contests on, you know, like trend on TikTok.
Damn kids have done lost their damn minds.
I knew someone was going to say that, Papa. And I don't. I just would assume.
Tell us how you know it tastes like ass. Well, this first little thing I have here is it or isn't it? I don't know. It's this one. And come on there. Where's my little article things at? All right. Well, basically, like the picture says here, artificial intelligence software was used to enhance an original image of a round domed ship. The original image, which was taken by a football fan who had been at a match at the Estadio Olímpico Benito Juárez Stadium in Mexico, shows what appears to be a disc-shaped object hovering in the sky while silhouetted against a rather spectacular sunset. It wasn't until the photograph was sent along to Jamie Mausen, a well-known and somewhat controversial personality in the country's UFO scene, that it began to gain attention on social media. What made it stand out in particular was Mausen's use of an AI image software to produce an enhanced, zoomed-in picture of the actual object. I want to share with you the case that was analyzed with our AI technology, and everything indicates that we are looking at a UAP, he wrote. Just the fact that he called it a UAP pisses me off, but I believe if it's a ship, I believe it's of a ship of non-human origin. While the resulting image certainly looks impressive, the problem with it is that the AI software has altered the object so much that it barely represents what the original photo looked like. So yeah, that is kind of like, I found several UFO articles this week. And well, I say a couple of UFO articles and a couple of Bigfoot articles that were all just a crock of shit. And this one's kind of one of them too, but it is or it isn't. I don't know. In reality, the object might not have looked anything like this at all. As for what the original image shows, the jury is still out on that one. See, they don't show the original image here.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's like, why even? I don't know. I don't even know why I included this other than just to
bring it up. Yeah,
just to put the point out there that, you know, we talk about people faking stuff all the time and everything. And this, you know, like Jason had the Bigfoot picture that was caught on a trail cam, you know, and no, it wasn't. It was a picture of a part of the Bigfoot that was in a museum. You know, they took a picture of it. They compared it side to side. They're exactly the same. And I found another Bigfoot article and I'm like, ooh, this looks interesting. You know, and I'm reading it. And, you know, supposedly this girl found a video of her dad had passed away and she was going through all this stuff and she found this video. And they were riding down the road and, you know, a Bigfoot walks out in front of them. No, it wasn't a Bigfoot. They found out that it was a scene from a movie. So it's like, why? It's just
Like Harry and the Hendersons, like Bigfoot's really gonna come step out in front of a car,
yeah,
a
exactly.
moving car.
Yeah. So I don't know. This I mean, this might have been a UFO, but like they said in the article, the AI software has altered it so much it doesn't even look anything like the original image. So, what is it? A UFO, a pecan shell? Who
It could have
knows?
still been some sort of a weird disc, that they still didn't know what it was, and but why wouldn't you put the original to compare it?
Yeah, exactly.
And it could still be
Yeah, I don't know.
I have that other one about the Bell variant, whatever that electric rock is, that I'm not so sure about either that I'm doing tonight. The Valerian, that electric rock
Oh yeah.
from Conga. If you guys have been feeling a little off lately, dizzy,
Yep.
shaky, anxiety, like basically the same symptoms as solar flares. It could be because they're suggesting that the Earth's core is actually paused, stopped spinning, and might switch directions. Some of the stuff I was reading was actually saying it like happens every 70 years, but like the last time was like in like 1970 something, but it's like that's not 70 years, which doesn't, make sense if it's every 70 years. And I was reading some other stuff about it. But another thing that's a little interesting is the Schumann, I can't say the word right now.
Resonance.
There you go. Has been having extremely high spikes. The magnetic fields are like crazy right now. And instead of it doing like the normal way it goes, it's like jaggedly spiking right now. And it's like at all-time high, like the sun was hitting at like 99% or something like a couple of days ago. So all these different factors and earthquakes, seismic activity happening is throwing a lot off. But there was a lot of articles on this. They say the solid inner core of our planet may be slowing its rotation and getting ready to switch spin directions relative to the rest of the planet. Oh, they're saying this seems to be a part of a cycle lasting about 60 years. So I'm hearing 70 from a lot of other people, in which the core periodically speeds up and slows back down again. Beneath the mantle is a churning layer of molten iron and nickel with a dense inner core of iron kept solid by what? This one I have to subscribe to keep reading. See, because I lost my other article. I couldn't open that one either. But yeah, saying that the Earth might be switching directions. So how many of you guys have you guys been feeling it lately?
I've felt all crazy the last week or two. Few weeks, with my neck like just feel like jumping off a roof.
And like when it says like anxiety symptoms, like, okay, like how do I separate that anxiety from the other anxiety on top, from the other stuff?
Yeah.
Like anxiety, of course I'm feeling anxiety. I don't think I've breathed in, a couple of years.
Yeah, I noticed like
Oh, Jason. Hey, Jason.
what up? Yeah, like one of my last gigs, normally if I'm playing, I'm kind of dancing around and stuff, but I was just like real like uneasy. Like not really dizzy feeling, but just like uneasy, like not steady on my feet kind of feeling. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but
Oh yeah, and the ear ringing, that's another one, and I started actually feeling that like 3 days ago, and that's what kind of made me start looking up the space weather and things, see what was going on.
yeah.
Because my ear started ringing and then doing like that dive ear, like that pressure.
Yeah.
like 3 days before. So I'm thinking, oh, we must be having a solar flare, hitting or something. So like that's what made me start looking it up.
Yeah.
But it's important to drink a lot of water. I actually spent most of like Monday reminding people to drink a lot of water. I wasn't drinking it myself. I'm like, damn it, I need to drink more water.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been making.
Jason too. The ear ringing.
Yeah. I've been making them more, like right now. I mean, I'm drinking sparkling mineral water, but yeah, I've been trying to drink a lot more water. And it's weird because sometimes, like sometimes I just find myself subconsciously just like being steered that way. Like, all of a sudden it's like I don't even realize it, but I'm like, I need to drink water. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just, try to listen to my body.
The hydration really makes a big difference. There's a lemon tree next door, and I put like lemon and mint in my water. It helps me like drink a lot more of it for some reason, and it's filtered water, like refrigerator.
Yeah.
But and I haven't been drinking enough. Like if you keep up with it, it's not as bad. But I've been really bad about it, so now I'm trying to catch myself up.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm bummed about with my refrigerator is, I had filtered water in my refrigerator. I could just walk up, stick my cup under there, get ice and get ice water. Right. Then you have to open the door. So that's one of the things that quit working. So I went and bought one of those pure pitcher filter systems, and it works good.
Like the Brita?
Yeah, it's just pretty much like the Brita. It's called Pure. Figured I'd try that one. But it's a pain in the ass because it's a pitcher of water inside the refrigerator. And I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's way easier just to grab a cup and walk by the refrigerator and just fill it up than actually open the refrigerator, pull this heavy ass pitcher out, pour some water, and then it's a pitcher. So then you got to refill some water. Pain in the ass. Stupid refrigerator should just work.
I had one of those Britas when they like first came out, and then you also have to like replace the filter every so often.
Yep.
What you do on the refrigerator too? I mean,
yeah,
but not as often as the Brita.
Yeah. Speaking of dreams, you were telling me about that dream. I hadn't had dreams that I remembered like for the last year or two or more, maybe. Every once in a while, I'd have a dream that I remember. But here lately, it's like every night I've been having dreams and I'm remembering them when I wake up. And man, some of them are just freaking bizarre.
Well, the one I had, I told you about, and I told Janice about, and I wouldn't have remembered it, but I was like scrolling through my Facebook feed, and somebody had a joke meme with a whip scorpion, and it's like, what kind of spider is this like coming in the house, and I happened, my eyes scanned down to comments, and someone was like, whip scorpion, but when I saw the word scorpion, all of a sudden I had a mental image flash in my head of a scorpion, which I realized, oh shit, that was my dream last night. Like I dreamed of this big ass weird scorpion. So I'm like, oh shit, I wonder what that means. And I go and look it up, and what did it say about like death and rebirth, which was tripping me out because here I'm nursing my cat who's sick, right next to me, like, oh fuck. And then the other stuff about basically my anxiety is coming out like through my dreams, I think. Yeah. Like all this fear and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. But I didn't know what that meant. So it's interesting. That's really, it's really significant. And I don't normally have dreams like that I remember about like snakes or beetle, like I don't have dreams like that I remember. As far as reptiles and, bugs and insects and things go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
But it's like, did something want me to remember the dream on purpose to like why I saw that, thing on my feed? So it triggered in my head to like maybe tell, like, dude, you need to like calm down or something like that. Like pay attention because your dream told you something that you weren't, you didn't catch.
Yeah, I got this big book of dreams right in my next room here. I bought it, kind of thinking about doing stuff on the show with it. But yeah, it's like a dream dictionary, like what your dreams
I
mean.
have one of those. A
Yeah,
big book of dreams. It's like pretty big, huh?
yeah.
Does it have a blue cover? It might be a different. What? Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, so, from that last article, well, now scientists have found a way to steer lightning using lasers. What? Really? How? Seriously? I don't know. Yeah, no, maybe.
They've probably been doing it.
Yeah. Why do my notes not pop up when I ask them to? All right. I'm not going to read this whole article because it's quite long. But a new study has demonstrated the possibility of using laser beams to redirect the path of lightning strikes. Lightning may look beautiful, but every year it kills thousands of people, does huge amounts of damage to buildings and infrastructures, and causes power outages. The only protection we have is lightning rods, which were invented 300 years ago, and only to protect a small area. The cost of damage from lightning strikes to buildings is hard to determine globally, but insurance company payouts to cover repairs to homes and businesses were roughly US $2 billion in 2020 in the US. Insurance data from the UK suggests the cost of covering lightning strikes are increasing as well. Problem is, it's only likely to get worse as the climate crisis, supposedly, is driving a surge in wildfires worldwide, which increases lightning strikes. Study from 2014 suggests the number of strikes increases by 12% every degree Celsius of global warming. Yeah. Lightning rods have their uses, but scientists have been looking for a better way to control where lightning strikes, and lasers may be the solution, according to a new study. How they did it. The latest experiment was performed near telecommunications tower on Santis Mountain, which is in Switzerland, that is frequently struck by lightning, roughly 100 times a year. Although the tower itself is protected by a lightning rod, the results from the study found the lightning flowed almost in a straight line near the laser pulses, but the lightning strikes were more randomly distributed when the laser was off. While this study is not the first attempt to direct lightning paths, it's the first to show that it can be done. Scientists have attributed this to the high power laser they use and the high altitude. High altitude air is less dense. This makes it easier for the current to pass through, meaning that future experiments at sea level would require a more powerful laser. So it goes on and on and on, but basically it sounds like they're using lasers as the new updated lightning rod, because it seems to attract the lightning more to the laser. And they said it was more erratic when it was turned off. Hence the same way the light works.
Think what they can do with that.
Yeah. If they can harness lightning, that would be kind of scary. But yeah, I don't know. There's always that part of me that, whether it's robots or this kind of technology or whatever, there's always part of me that's like, that is kind of cool, and I can see it could be useful. And then there's that other part of me that's like, but what's going to happen?
Remember when I almost got hit by that lightning bolt in my street?
Yeah.
Like a couple of years ago, and it actually crashed down, and I told you there was something weird about that lightning, and I felt like that was thrown down on purpose. We had that, and we had a few of them like that. And the way it hit the street, I'm like almost walked into it. I have it on video too.
Wow.
But I was like, there was something weird about that. We don't get ones like that.
That whole lightning incident that happened to me when I was a little kid. Oh, I still don't have a clue what that was. And what's so weird about it is I forget about it. Like it's almost like there's something that makes me forget about it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it just completely goes out of my mind. And then every once in a while, something will happen. Well, we're sitting here talking about lightning, so that makes me kind of remember it. But I had forgotten about it for the longest time. And the first time that Jason had Terry Lovelace on, it was like that whole lightning incident hit me like a freight train. I hadn't thought about it in years and years. It's weird. I don't know why, and I still don't know what the hell happened to me. I don't know if it was lightning. Could have been could have been something shot out of a UFO. It could have been lightning. It could have been, I don't know. Maybe I ate a weird mushroom in the yard that day. I don't know. I don't know what happened to me, but it was weird. And none of my, to me, I thought I didn't get hit by lightning, but lightning hit the ground where I was standing. And it kind of knocked me out for a minute. And when I got up and went in the house and told my grandparents and aunt and uncle about it, they looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, "We didn't hear any thunder. You're crazy, kid." But there was a big ass hole in the yard for years after that. Perfectly round circle about 3 or 4 feet around in the yard, right where it happened. So I don't know what it was, but it wasn't normal. Had several weird things happen to me like that when I was a kid.
That's crazy. Oh, okay. No, that was still not the right one. Never mind. We bring up all these different weird radio signals. It seems like we're getting different ones every like 6 months or a few months. They're finding different signals out there. Some of them they've figured out are probably man-made. Some they're still trying to figure out. But I just seen this the other day. From Live Science, radio signal from 8 billion light years away could reveal the secrets of the universe's dark age. So that picture right there is the Metro-wave radio telescope located in Pune, India. By using warped space-time as a magnifying glass, astronomers have picked up the most distant signal from its kind from a remote galaxy, and it could blow open a window into how our universe formed. The record-breaking radio frequency signal picked up by the giant Metro-wave radio telescope in India came from the galaxy SDS as J0826 plus 5630, located 8.8 billion light years from Earth, meaning the signal was emitted when the universe was roughly a third of its current age. The signal is an emission line from the universe's most predominant element, neutral hydrogen. In the aftermath of the Big Bang, if that's what you believe, this element existed throughout the cosmos as a turbulent fog form, which the first stars and galaxies eventually formed. Astronomers have long searched for distant signals from neutral hydrogen in the hope of finding the movement of first stars. Finding the moment the first stars begin to shine. However, given the extraordinary distances involved, those signals have proven difficult to spot. Then they have a new study shows an effect called gravitational lensing could help astronomers spot evidence of the neutral hydrogen. A galaxy emits different kinds of radio signals. Until now, it's only been possible to capture this particular signal from a galaxy nearby, limiting our knowledge to those galaxies closer to Earth. The dark age of the universe, forged roughly 400,000 years after the beginning of the universe, when protons and electrons first bonded to neutrons. Neutral hydrogen populated the dim early cosmos throughout its so-called dark age, and epoch before the first stars and galaxies came into existence. When stars do eventually form, they blast out fierce ultraviolet light that strips the electrons from much of the hydrogen. So they go on to explain the science of it. But yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, who knows? It's between what we've sent out and what we've supposedly received. Who knows where it's coming from? Young Frankenstein. It's pronounced Frankenstein. It's a great movie.
I always say Frankenstein also.
This one's one of those strange ones. It had a little video, but I'm not going to play the video because it was kind of a little bit nerdy-ish. But hey, Doomsday Clock is now at 90 seconds of midnight. Closest it's ever been. What is the Doomsday Clock, you say? The discerning change reflects the current situation in Ukraine and the increased risk of global annihilation. Hey, well, that's something to look forward to, right? Global annihilation. Maintained by the Bulletin of Automatic Scientists since 1947, the Doomsday Clock is a visual representation of how close the world is to disaster based on political, environmental, and technological threats, such as nuclear annihilation and climate change. For several years, the hands of the clock have remained at 100 seconds to midnight. But now, following Russia's invasion of Ukraine and Putin's threats of nuclear reprisal, the time on the symbolic clock has been changed to a mere 90 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been. Russia's war in Ukraine has raised profound questions about how states interact, eroding norms of international conduct that underpin successful responses to a variety of global risks. An official statement accompanying the decision reads, and worst of all, Russia's thinly veiled threats to use nuclear weapons remind the world that the escalation of conflict by an accident, intention, or miscalculation is a terrible risk. Yeah, no shit. The possibility of an accidental damage to a nuclear power station, which could result in a repeat of Chernobyl incident or worse, has also been highlighted as a factor in this decision. The possibility that the conflict could spin out of anyone's control remains high. So,
you want to know a nice, warm, and fuzzy thought to top that off? If we happen to go into any sort of war right now, we have about 1 week's worth of long-range missiles to try to give it what we got because we've shoveled it all down to Ukraine. We have depleted all of our backup military fuel for the fuel crisis, and we've got no more weapons to defend ourselves. Meanwhile, the south border is open. We're letting everybody in, and let's give them a badge in Arizona because we can't hire cops anymore, so let's let non-citizens be police. Give them a badge. We have a human trafficking problem right now. What's going to make kidnapping even more easy? Just be able to pull somebody over, look like a cop, knock on someone's door. I mean, this is just opening all sorts of cans of...
yeah. And besides that, they're taking our jobs.
They're taking our jobs.
Yeah, we're up shit creek without a paddle. But
and there may be some of those FEMA camps put up over by the old Tesla spot in Fremont. My mom's friend had seen it. You know how they're putting up these camps all around the airports right now. And if you actually look up right now, Chinese quarantine camps, you will see what we're working on. They already have these existing. They're putting all their people in them now. And they're putting them at like 7 of our major airports. So when my mom's friends mentioned all these creepy looking, just empty buildings that have no style, no nothing to it, like weird condos, she called it, and like facility looking buildings. I'm like, sounds like a FEMA camp, sounds like a FEMA camp. I thought, well, how far away is the old Tesla spot to the San Jose airport, right? Because that's a major airport. 13.5 miles between the two. So I think that's close enough to a major airport. But yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
They just shut down Newsmax last night at midnight.
Yeah,
So the censorship there, things are getting locked down hard now. So I don't believe in the doomsday clock stuff because they have like a new thing every single, year. It's like, oh, this is going to be the day, this is going to be the day. Well, like the day is coming past. I think that article was like from a couple days ago, but the threat that they're talking about is real.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just had to get that off my chest real quick because I've been holding that all in for a really long time.
Hey, that's what we're here for. Yeah, there's I don't know if this has anything to do with that, but yeah, you're talking about, the weird camps and stuff set up. There was a Gem and Mineral Society show that was planned a couple of weeks ago, and it was canceled because FEMA has taken over the fairgrounds. And a lot of people thought, oh, they're taking over the fairgrounds because they're going to be helping people with the hurricane damage and stuff.
That's what they're trying to do. They're pulling ours off as flood help. The floods? What floods? Like flood? Yeah. You're already constructing things for a flood that hasn't happened?
Yeah. I mean, we had hurricanes, but they were months ago. This is what now? Yeah. Finally. Supposed to think that FEMA's showing up now to help out, after it's already been taken care of. Yes. Smells fishy to me.
Yeah, and what did Stacy say? As we do, I promise you resources. That's what the news wants you to think. You nailed that. Meanwhile, we're groveling for our foreign allies, begging them for weapons.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
We sent straight like the best tanks and stuff in the world over there, and it got like seized by, I can't remember what Iran, like what country that was, that like got 4 or 5 of our big. It's like, oh my God, you guys just spilled all of our shit everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere. They don't want us to have gas. They're trying to make us think that gas stoves are dangerous for different reasons. They don't want us to eat fish because of the high mercury. Our food bank is on last year's crops. Meanwhile, we're not really growing anything for next year. So we're basically eating all the food from back then. And think about, again, everybody coming in here, which are depleting more resources fast. What else? We can't eat food. They're making cows wear diapers, growing lab-grown meat. And who's going to change a cow's diaper? That's an ultimate shit show. There was a picture of it. A cow with a diaper on it. Who's going to change a diaper on a cow?
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you put a diaper on a cow?
Well, I can see figuring out how to do it, but I can't see what the purpose of it is because, the cows are still they're still gonna fart and they're still gonna poop, so, what's a fucking diaper gonna do to solve the methane problem,
Exactly.
Get out of here.
They also don't want us to grow our own food. Bill Gates has bought up most of our farmland, and China has also been able to buy farmland in our country. So start, figuring out like how to garden.
It's just like wearing a mask, It's like I farted and my friend was like, oh man, come on, that stinks. I'm like, oh, you could smell that through your mask? Wow. The virus is way smaller than a fart molecule. So how do you think that mask is working for that shit, you dummy? I mean,
are you making a joke? Or are you literally?
No, I'm serious. I mean, if you can smell a fart through a mask, is it really going to keep a virus out? Seriously, fucking piece of paper is going to save you. No, you use 2 of them. Grow a brain, man. Come on. My theory is if you can smell a fart through a mask, it ain't going to do shit to keep a virus out. It's just simple. Simple. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
I'm sorry, Moose. I'm surprised she hasn't put me in check already and let me get this worked up. Come here, Moose. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll calm down now. Time is definitely relative.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow, Ulrich. Oh. Oh, that is mine. Okay, I was going to say, I read that earlier.
This girl has issues.
She does. And, like, it just makes me laugh. Like, when I was reading that bottom picture right there with the tunnels, like, Lindsay Kennedy has been found in storm drains in the past. Like, how does this chick keep ending up in storm drains? That's the most, like, random thing I've ever heard. I mean, we get, like, sea otters and shit, seals stuck in these things. But 3 times? The same person?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I think she's like...
Drugs are bad. Jason's.
I got an urge to go get naked and jump in a storm drain. Hey, people got their kinks, I guess.
So a woman has been pulled out of a drain for the 3rd time in 2 years. I think this might even be Florida. I was going to actually throw it to you after I'd already done the lineup. Okay, the 3rd time in 2 years after last being rescued in 2021, naked and dirty. Police and firefighters in Florida responded to calls that a woman might be in distress after she went for a swim in a canal around lunchtime on Wednesday, January 18. Delray Beach Police Department said that Lindsay Jane Kennedy was eventually rescued from a drain, as she had also been in March and May of 2021. They found Kennedy near 500 block of Lindell Boulevard and said she ignored them as she climbed into a storm drain. She was first rescued almost 2 years ago after being found trapped in a rubbish-filled storm drain almost 3 weeks after she was reported missing in March of 2021. I'm sorry. Back then she was found naked in the 8-foot drain and was only saved when a passerby heard her cries for help. The second time came 3 months later when she was found in a 6-foot drain in Texas. She gets around. At the time, her mother told CBS that Kennedy had recently been checked into a rehab center, but had wandered off and was reported missing. This time around, Delray police said she ignored their shouts and crawled further into a culvert pipe passing underneath Lindell Boulevard, north of Miami. Rescuers from the Delray Beach Fire Rescue Special Operations Team managed to use ladders to finally get Kennedy out of the pipe after they successfully succeeded in keeping her in a limited section of the drain. So they had to kind of corral her off. She was later taken to a hospital, and was treated at the scene for minor injuries. Moose. Oh my God. Minor injuries thought to have been sustained during the incident. Kennedy was rescued the first time around. Moose, you're going to knock everything. Well, I'm so glad you're better. Officers and firefighters arrived at the scene following a call from the woman who said she could hear shouts coming from the drain. So she was 43 at the time. She's understood to have stopped in that particular part of town because she had been able to see light and people walking past after the initial incident. Her mother explained that Kennedy had a history of using drugs and doing odd things and making bad decisions. So, yeah.
That's my favorite part of this picture is this guy here. Just like I can just see him. I can hear it in his head going, "You again?
Like,
What are you gonna do with you, girl?
like Groundhog Day, like the fuck.
Where's your clothes at? You've made some bad decisions, haven't you? I mean,
And that's
swimming
what the name
in a
is.
canal. Yeah, swimming in a canal in Florida, especially South Florida, is not a good idea. For one, just because of the critters in there, and two, a lot of the storm drains are, they have drains that are hooked to those canals because those canals are not just there for nature; they're for stormwater and drainage and whatnot.
And our canals have big, like, garbage disposals at the bottom of them. People get sucked, go think, oh, I'm going to go swimming in a canal and end up getting sucked down and chopped up.
I mean, you're in South Florida. There's a hell of a lot better places to swim. Old danky ass canal. Good Lord. People done gone retarded.
That's how she got the name Moose. She'll actually clonk it so hard she almost knocks herself sometimes.
Well, here's an interesting one. New study associates lack of sleep with stronger paranormal beliefs. Maybe that's what's wrong with me because I don't sleep very often. I feel like 4 hours a night.
I've got 6 collective in the past 3 days.
Wow, you got me beat. I slept a long time today, though. When I can tell I wasn't feeling good when I slept really late because I usually get up like in the morning early. But even if I don't go to bed till like 4 o'clock, I still wake up at like 7:30 or something. But
like your body clock.
Yeah, it's weird. I always play this game, and maybe I mentioned it before. I always play this head game when I wake up. I try to guess what time it is before I look and actually see what time it is. And usually I'm within like 10 minutes. And here lately, I've been within like 2 minutes the last several times, except for this morning. I was way off this morning. I was off by like a couple hours this morning. That's when I knew I should probably get up and go to the chiropractor or something because I knew I wasn't normal. My clock game was off. But this one, let's see, what does it say? Scientists have conducted a new study. Woo, hoo, hoo. A bunch of scientists have conducted a new study. Into the link, I'm not making fun of them. Yes, I am a little bit. And a link between lack of sleep and a belief in aliens, ghosts, and demons. The time we spend each night in our beds has long been associated with the paranormal. From sleep paralysis and things that go bump in the night to alien abductions, many of the phenomena we associate with paranormal tend to be reported after hours. New researchers have taken this connection one step further by conducting a new study to determine whether or not lack of sleep might actually be associated with a greater overall belief in paranormal phenomena. The study involves surveying 8,853 people about their sleeping habits and personal beliefs. What researchers found was that participants were a lot more likely to believe in ghosts, demons, and aliens if they got fewer hours of sleep or experienced difficulty drifting off to sleep at night. I don't get that much sleep, but when I do go to sleep, about 8 out of 10 times when I lay down, I'm like lights out in less than 5 minutes. But occasionally, if I've been like nodding off on the couch and I get up and go get in the bed, then I just lay there and look at the ceiling. But around 2/3 of those who experience sleep paralysis or the related exploding head syndrome believe that aliens were already visiting the Earth, compared to a mere 3.4% of the total sample. The same cohort also tended to have stronger belief in life after death. As sleep paralysis involves different types of hallucinations, including auditory and visual and exploding head syndrome, typically involves a bang. I get that a lot for some reason. Like sounds like a gun went off, like right next to you, like when you're drifting off to sleep, scares the shit out of you. Gotta check.
Yeah, and you do that weird like
poop the bed or something.
Yeah. What? I don't know about that, but
well, it scares the shit out of you, so sometimes you have to check. Our findings suggest that the belief in aliens may be associated with sleep disturbances that produce sounds or images, and the study's authors wrote. One explanation for these associations is therefore that someone experiencing sounds or images associated with sleep could interpret this as evidence that aliens or other supernatural beings exist. Or, doesn't say this, but it could also mean that they do exist. So again, here's another article that's just, this is what we think. Well, who gives a shit what you think? That's not what I think. I've experienced paranormal stuff when I was wide awake that I have no explanation for other than it's some sort of paranormal activity that I just witnessed. And I'm sure pretty much all of us have, and every, a bunch of us in here have seen a UFO. Seeing a UFO doesn't necessarily mean it's little green men from outer space, but you've seen something in the air that you don't know what the hell it is. It's an unidentified flying object. Could be from here, could be from, several galaxies away. Who knows? I don't think, sure, lack of sleep will make you goofy and do, I can see you could have,
we're not swimming in storm drains and things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Some of these things they come up with.
Speaking of paranormal.
It's because you haven't been sleeping. Yeah, piss off.
Always something wrong with their heads. Tonight, I almost sent a video from the Ring camera. My mom happened to catch it. We were watching Bachelor, and like the Ring thing goes off, and the sensor, we hear it like ring, and sometimes it's like the mailman, and like the cat goes by, a raccoon, and then like a minute after we hear it again, it's like, what the heck? Like, is there a cat going out there? So she had looked at her app, and she's like, oh, it was an orb. I'm like, what? She goes, come here, you have to see this. And I look at it, and there was an orb going up, and I'm like, wow. So then, the first thing I do is, well, could that have been a bug? I'm going out there looking at it and stuff, but it's pretty cool looking.
Wow.
Like, I couldn't figure it out, but yeah.
Remember several years back when it was happening to you, it was happening to me. There's several of us that like we were getting things that were like interpreting our voices in our houses. Remember that?
I was thinking about like what's happening with the Schumann Renaissance. I can't say it again.
Resonance.
All this different stuff, resonance, yeah, and all this stuff happening, and just thinking about that because it made the actual sensor chime, and normally it has to be something pretty big to get it to go off. Yeah. I thought because at first I said well, it could have been like a little one of those spiders are like this big with like the little feet running up it, but she goes, no, it's floating. And she goes, no. I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I can't debunk this. And she's like zooming it in and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, look how it's going up. So I think she caught a cool little video there that I have to check out.
Definitely.
Good night, Wolfie. Miss Wolfie, have a good night.
I don't know if you saw me in my chair, like it was several articles ago you were reading. And I was like, whoa.
Mm-mm.
I got a new chair. That it's not new. I got, I had that fancy red computer gamer chair. That thing was the most uncomfortable piece of crap ever. So I went thrift shop, and didn't I send you that video? I said,
Oh yeah, that you're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't find one at that thrift store, but I found one at the other one. So I got a new $15 chair that's mighty comfortable, but I forgot that it rocks. And I leaned back and I was like, oh shit, I'm falling out of the chair.
You feel your feet like come off the ground like shit.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah, I guess it's my turn, tag. Okay, here's that. Okay. Vibranium found in Congo. Here's all you need to know about viral electrically charged rocks. So I don't know about this because I don't know. What do you guys think? Over the weekend, a short clip took the internet by storm after it was initially posted by the Twitter handle Africa Archives. And I didn't pull up the video or look for it. It showed two men demonstrating electrically charged rocks, which can be seen sparking when rubbed against each other. Like a flint rock? Another clip showed a small piece of the rock lighting up a small bulb. The video was claimed to be from the Republic of Congo. As per reports, just a gram of these electrically charged rocks, which are claimed to be vibranium, can help in lighting up a bulb for over 72 hours. Moreover, a kilogram of the same rock can be used to supply power to a house of 2 bedrooms for at least 2 months. We need that in California if that's real. These electric rocks are reportedly created by the fusion of magnetic and quartz. Wouldn't that be magnet? And their electrical properties are due to the combination of both minerals. So, as opposed to the popular opinion, vibranium was not discovered in Congo. So some people, I guess, think there's no such thing as it, as it's a fictional element. And it's been mentioned in several Marvel Universe comics, such as Black Panther. In the movies, vibranium is shown as possessing superhuman abilities, such as the capacity to absorb and store energy. However, it's not real. While the source of these stones producing electricity is still undetermined, Congo is known for the minerals found in the country, such as coltan, cobalt, copper, gold, and tin, among several others. Coltan and cobalt do not have the capacity to be electrically charged, but both these elements can be used in making electronic gadgets and have all the properties of conducting electricity. Amid the virality of the videos, researchers across the globe have been trying to figure out a way to use stones to produce electricity. Nairobi News has reported that vibranium is found in the Katanga region of the Republic of Congo, where it's widely claimed as fictional. The actual composition and the name of the electrically charged rocks shown in the viral video are yet unknown. So the first thing I thought of, when I was reading this was like, you can hit flint together and make like fire. And I thought, well, maybe. But like I said, I didn't pull up the video to see them actually demonstrating this.
Yeah, it wasn't like Black Panther suit made out of vibranium or something. I don't know.
I have no idea. And then I'm thinking, of course, because it's Africa and Africa works with China and Russia, and we're having this energy crisis. Are they trying to market on this energy crisis by now all of a sudden we've got these electrically charged rocks?
Yeah.
Who knows? It's just funny that it's Africa, and they've got their allies planted over there, and there's a lot of control from those two governments in that country. So it has to make my mind go that way also.
Yeah, I've got those glow pebbles, that I have here. Did I send you one of those a while back?
Yeah, I got it right there.
Yeah, I thought I had mine here, but yeah, I wonder what the hell's in those that make them glow. They're supposedly natural. They're not man-made. So I don't know.
I think I got my little black light right here. I can show it.
Yeah, there's all kinds of craziness. Really
so this
cool.
is before. And supposedly you can like even meditate with these to get them to glow brighter. I haven't actually tried that myself yet, but then when you hit it with a black light, you can already see.
Yeah.
And they just called it glow pebble. Like the paper that you sent me with it, it just said like they call it like a glow pebble.
Yeah. Those I think came from Africa too. So who knows? Maybe it's kryptonite. Maybe it's Superman's crusher.
Could be.
I have the kryptonite. I am.
You'll never know my kryptonite.
Yes, he did. Old Warren Zevon. Let's see. What do I have? What do I have? Some more shellackins. Oh, yeah, it's this one. NASA's building a nuclear rocket to get to Mars in just 45 days. What? It takes them 45 days? They're going to build it? No. They're building a rocket that's going to take 45 days to get to Mars. And what's it going to be powered by? Nuclear? Well, that's what it says in the headline. Why does it take me so long to get to my damn articles? What is going on? The new rocket. The new rocket will be designed to enable manned missions to the red planet and could debut as soon as 2027. Manned missions to the moon. It's going to take them a lot longer than 45 days to build it. That's for sure. Manned missions to the moon are possible because it only takes a few days to get there. But if we're ever going to land humans on Mars, a trip which typically takes over 7 months, we're going to need a form of transportation capable of reaching its destination a lot quicker. Now, NASA, in collaboration with DARPA, has announced its solution to this problem, a new type of rocket equipped with a nuclear thermal engine capable of getting to Mars within a matter of weeks. Introduced by NASA Administrator Bill Nelson during a presentation yesterday, the new endeavor will aim to develop and demonstrate advanced nuclear thermal propulsion, a revolutionary technology that will allow the United States to expand the possibilities for future human space flight missions. Described by Nelson as a major investment in getting to Mars, the new rocket could fly as soon as 2027 and could become an integral part of the efforts to land humans on Mars in the 2030s. NASA has a long history of collaborating with DARPA on projects that enable our respective missions, such as in-space servicing, said NASA Deputy Administrator Pam Melroy. Expanding our partnership to nuclear propulsion will help drive forward NASA's goal to send humans to Mars. So, I don't know. One of those things explodes off the launch pad. Boy, that's going to be a hell of a mess. But hopefully they'll figure it out. I still can't figure out why we hadn't been back to the moon in 50 years.
Right?
Just saying.
Did you see that weird spam that just popped up in our YouTube as we were talking about that stuff? It was like all in like, I think like India writing, but like it just like went through YouTube all of a sudden. It was like big old paragraphs of some shit.
Huh. Damn. If I got a light bill that was $682, I would just like go live in a tent in my backyard.
I would use that electricity to take a bath and throw my stereo in.
Throw the toaster in the bathtub.
Yeah, I'm gonna, today, getting closer and closer to wanting to stick that fork in the toaster. We caught one. U.S. military investigating a UFO found over an active conflict zone. However, this was back in 2016. The U.S. military is investigating an unidentified flying orb after the huge metallic-looking structure was spotted by a spy plane over an active conflict zone. The image taken in April 2016 was part of a classified briefing for U.S. officials and was shared by Jeremy and George on their podcast, Weaponized. Produced by the Pentagon's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, the briefing described the object moving from south to north, but noted that it didn't change altitude. What the orb is remains unclear, but according to Jeremy and George, the U.S. military are taking the matter seriously, as they believe it was under intelligent control. They're taking it seriously now. Speaking on the podcast, Jeremy said, here's the very basics. It's called the Mosul Orb. It's an image taken in northern Iraq. This is the UFO category within our intelligence community. This is an example of one of the UFOs that our military intelligence community are looking at. It's one of many images. This one is a still from a video. It's a brief video, maybe 4 seconds, where this orb or metallic ball runs alongside a spy plane. And it's shown moving beside the plane without dropping altitude at all. Why is it only 4 seconds? This is within part of the conversation of our intelligence community. This is within part of the conversation for our intelligence community. This is what they're looking at. Isn't it funny? UFOs are often reported in 4 basic shapes. You've got spheres, pyramids, cubes, and cigars. What about triangle? Very fundamental shapes, totally not aerodynamic at all. You've got a flying cube, a flying sphere. These shapes are not aerodynamic. This is one of the pieces of video and photographic evidence that is within the intelligence community. We caught one and we can determine from it. Meanwhile, a former senior military officer has spoken at a public debate and made an astonishing revelation that UFOs are real. Lewis is an intelligence officer and has worked within the U.S. Army and Department of Defense. He appeared at a forum organized by To the Stars Academy of Art and Science. The event focused on research into UFOs or unexplained aerial phenomena and related technology. And Lewis explained that he once worked on a project that investigated the threat of alien spacecraft. He then went on to say how he had seen genuine evidence of an alien vessel, and added that he planned to release it to the public. So we'll see.
We'll see, certainly. Yeah, I mean, we have seen a lot of weird shaped, spheres and squares and things that look like a key and all these weird shaped things flying.
Yeah, it's like the chess piece, like the horse.
Yeah. Strange, peculiar, weird. I don't know. Unexplainable.
Right, Debbie? The
Yeah.
nuclear tan.
No doubt. That's the end of my articles. I got the crystal of the week. You want to do your other article first, or?
Oh yeah. So I had one more. A terrifying ad for a flat above a mortuary says tenants must clean up after the dead bodies. So that's just one small detail. If you want to live here, that you've got to help clean up after the dead bodies.
Oh yeah.
When you are checking out a house or flat to rent, there are lots of things to look out for, from bedroom size to natural light and kitchen space. The last thing you'd expect to be included in the deal, however, is a job as a cleaner and administrator for the mortuary downstairs. where you are expected to clean up after the dead bodies. That's exactly what some house hunters stumbled across as they've taken to social media to share their shock at a right move listing in Swindon, Wiltshire, which comes from the pretty unusual caretaker, which comes with the pretty unusual caretaker job. The apartment, which boasts high ceilings and a master bedroom, is above Hillier Funeral Service in Swindon and will set back the lucky tenant £600 in rent per month, but you will be able to make some of your money back through $10.10 per hour job downstairs. Pounds downstairs. The work appears to involve showing doctors to the deceased and conducting mourners on chapel visits and wiping down the mortuary and fridges. That's not all, however, as you will also be expected to carry out the administrative duties like answering phones, vacuuming the carpets, and mowing the lawn. Hours are on a week-on-week off basis, with 2.5 hours every evening, Monday to Friday, as well as working Saturdays. Other normal caretaking tasks apply, with the new employee expected to empty bins, clear leaves from the car park, and polish metal. After seeing the listing, many people on social media have shown their shock, with many saying how bad a deal it is. However, others were more keen, with one claiming you might get to work with ghosts. One person wrote on Reddit, "Wow, I'm sure this might be a good deal for someone with a very specific lifestyle, but working 6 days a week within only 2 weeks off a year to have what amounts to £200 left per month they're saying isn't a good deal. Even if it's only a couple hours a day, I definitely expect to be rent-free or at least extremely cheap." Edit, also you've got to deal with ghosts, so it's even worse. A second replied, "Did not read the clean the mortuary bit. I'll take the ghosts over that." So to me, it might not be for everybody, but somebody might, need a place to stay and need a job and want to do it. It's like the same as being a caretaker at a lighthouse, anything else like that. It's like you can stay here with. I used to get money off my rent in Fresno for helping flip the apartments, for new tenants. Like we have to go strip the floors, do the wall, clean the apartments and stuff, and we get money off our rent. So I don't know, it might, seem morbid to some people. I don't know if I would want to, have to be committed to that, every day doing that, but
Yeah, I don't think it would be terrible for, certain people, but just working 6 days a week and only having 2 weeks off a year would suck.
yeah. But some people that are like, maybe it's like they said, a specific lifestyle.
Yeah.
Maybe someone really, really needs it. I mean, and they're not like asking them to like empty drains and stuff like that either. Like it didn't sound that horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, we watched a show the other night, a video on this girl that started a business, basically, like cleaning up after, people had died or suicided or
I wanted to actually do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was, like here, I can't think of the name of what I should be calling this business, but
yeah, like the cleanup, like to go in and remove the bodily fluids and everything because they're a biohazard. So you come in with like your truck and help the families, that don't want to have to clean up and the lumen all off the walls and all that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things in the video, that kind of got my attention was, people were like, after something had happened to, one of their family members or something, they're like, the police, I've been in this situation personally myself, so I know how these people felt. It's like there's all these police and sheriffs and everybody in your house, and everybody's looking through everything and looking at this and looking at that, and you're in like shock because of what's happened, and then all of a sudden it's like everybody's packing up and they're leaving, and you're like, who's gonna clean this up? And they're like, you're on your own. And maybe if you're lucky they flip you a card to somebody, And I've been in that situation personally, and it's like, holy shit. And, there was nobody to call. So, the cleanup was left to you're looking at. And
yeah, the mattresses, just however it is,
yeah,
brain matter on the wall. I mean, just horrible, horrible things. And you're like having to now deal with it. Like, I just went through this horrible, horrible thing.
yeah,
Now I have to come clean it up. Like,
now I got through another horrible thing. Yeah. So it's a good business because a lot of people can't do that, and I mean, it's not cheap. And this, the girl was talking about, she was like, I went and tried to get a business loan to start this. And, the first 4 places they were like, no. So she basically said she had to lie about what she was getting the business loan for. And when she got it, she went and bought a van and she got, all the cleaning supplies, and she took, she learned how to do it through a course and just like winged it and did it right. And it took off. And now she's like doing franchises and stuff. And she offers a course that you can take and you can do it on your own, or you can buy in a franchise. I think was like 150 grand. And
I legit thought about that about 15 years ago and had started looking pretty far into it, and, had the accident, all this stuff had changed a lot of things I wanted to do. Did you want to do, I just realized what time it was. I didn't even realize. Do you want to do make sure you do your rock of the week?
Yeah. I mean, I've thought about it a couple of times. And like here in Florida, a lot of, it's not all just deaths or suicide or whatever, it's meth labs and all kinds of shit like that. No, they plenty of those here in Florida. So those would be the easy ones, but like some of the gnarlier ones, man, I don't know. I just don't know if I could do that day in and day out.
Like picking brain matter out of blinds, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's natural people that just die in their bed, and, fluids come out, and you have to get rid of the mattress and clean the carpet, and,
Yep. And some of them aren't found for like a month.
Exactly. That was my neighbor in Springtown over here. He had passed away in his house and was in there about a month and a half before his brother came and found him. Didn't even, and his door is like facing our front door and stuff, and it's like, dang.
Yeah.
And then we watched them all have to clean that place out, in and out.
Yep. Yeah, they do make a lot of money. I mean, it's a good job because a lot of people just, they can't deal with that and don't want to, and they'll pay whatever. And, it's an expensive job sometimes, but so they do make good money. But yeah, she was, at one point she was like, she said, yeah, at first, man, I was just totally, just taken back by it. I couldn't deal with it. And she's like, now I've done it for so many times. I'm just like, oh, hand me the eyeball. It's just another job.
And people don't know how to properly dispose of like this type of stuff, so it's like the biohazard of just throwing, stuff into a dumpster, just.
Yeah. You can't really do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the mattress out on the curb, just hope someone picks it up.
Yeah. Curb alert, free mattress. Has a small stain on it.
Gently used.
Gently used. Gnarly. All right. Off to the crystal of the week. I picked another crystal out of my collection. And I've got it right here. I've got a couple of them, but this is a piece of it right here. I can't see myself. Am I even in the camera? Yeah, there we go. There. Hey, it just looks like a piece of quartz, right? Well,
oh no, what is that on the top and bottom?
I got better pictures of it here. I did a little video for this. I'm going to try to do this each week. And this is tourmalated quartz is what it is. It's black tourmaline and just like clear quartz. And here we go. Let's see here. Wait, stop. Not your turn yet. Get in line. All right, here we go. Well, this week's crystal is tourmalinated quartz. It's a tongue twister of a word there. I'll probably mess it up several times. The piece that you're looking at right now belongs to me. This is in my collection. It's not near as big as it looks. It's a pretty small piece. But it's one of the pieces that, go into the crystal shop and it just called to me. It wanted to come home. What's cool about this is it's beautiful and an unusual crystal. It's an essential crystal component to any gem collection, I think, because it combines the healing properties of two gemstones, quartz crystal and black tourmaline. Melding of these two minerals creates a powerful healing energy that works together to restore harmony and tranquility. Clear quartz helps to elevate your consciousness and bring clarity to your life by working as an amplifier, which makes it one of the most powerful tools for crystal healing. And then black tourmaline also works to reconnect you to the earth with its grounding properties. Bringing these two incredible healing powers together, black tourmalinated quartz rocks when it comes to cleansing and purifying energy fields. One of the most powerful conductors of energy, black tourmalinated quartz, the properties are excellent for absorbing and transmuting any negative energy in your body and environment. Black tourmalinated quartz is also a wonderful addition to your home healing sanctuary because it neutralizes toxicity in the environment, such as high levels of radiation or electromagnetic energy. Helps keep your space free of harmful electromagnetic waves by placing the crystal near a computer or your TV. It's an excellent way to benefit from its neutralizing grounding effects. Black tourmalinated quartz properties also are known to balance the yin and yang energies, making it a powerful energy tool for returning you to a higher consciousness. For a constant flow of its incredible healing powers, wear black tourmalinated quartz as in jewelry or even a piece in your pocket. Incorporate the benefits of this powerful good luck charm into your daily life. A strong ally to your spiritual journey, black tourmalinated quartz stone benefits. They also include amazing grounding properties. As soon as you come into contact with this gemstone, it immediately grounds you to the earth and helps bring to mind your mind and spirit back to the present moment instead of being bogged down with worries of tomorrow, sadness, or the past. Removing these negative thought patterns helps to clear the mind and bring a renewed sense of clarity to your healing intention. And like I said, that's why when I picked up a piece of this, I saw it. As soon as I picked it up, I knew I had to have a piece. And then another piece. And then another piece. So if you don't have some, get you some. It's definitely a nice one to have in your gemstone collection. So yeah, there you go. There you have it. The piece that I have is one of the pieces I have is right there.
You should be holding that in the palm of your hand. You know, because we're talking about all the electric magnetic energy right now.
Yeah.
So you've got it in your hand right now.
Yep. And
I
got pieces
in your receiving hand, in your right hand.
That's like black tourmaline.
Yeah.
And the bracelet that I have on is also black tourmaline. And the day I got this, I won a package from the crystal shop. That was Christmas time, just after Christmas, just before Christmas. I can't remember. I think it was just before Christmas. And I won this mystery package, and everything in it was this piece was in it. Everything in it was black tourmaline. I put this on. I was in the shop, and I put this on in the shop, and I haven't taken it off since.
You sent me this one, this tourmaline, my tourmaline piece.
Yeah.
I keep this by where I sleep.
Yep. Yeah, I've got several pieces of it. There's another piece here somewhere that's like that, but it's bigger. But yeah, I've got it here. Got it in my bedroom. I've got it all around, and I wear it as well.
I got some
But,
green tourmaline.
yeah. I want to get some watermelon tourmaline.
Me too. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a nice piece of watermelon.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Tiger's eye is another cool, and I got a little tiger eye skull in here. Can't really see it in the dark here.
Oh, I just saw this. Oh, so cute.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got some clear quartz skulls. I've got, several of these. Actually, this piece, it was on one of my what the hell is it called? The ghost box, the box thing.
The portal.
The portal. There you go. It was on my portal for the longest time. But yeah,
I didn't do an astrology this week, but Uranus just went direct.
Hear that, everybody? Uranus went direct.
Uranus just went direct.
Okay.
Mercury went direct, I think, on the 22nd, and then Uranus just went direct today. And between the two, it's going to cause a little bit of havoc, but
A wee bit of havoc.
Every time I read that, I picture waking up with like the cat ass in my face.
Yeah.
Like it needs to turn around. Uranus needs to turn a different direction.
Let's see. So
I put different stones on all my fingers. So I've got different things on every one.
Nice. Cool. That 2 hours went by really quick.
It did.
Yeah, tiger's eye, quartz, rose quartz is one of my favorites. Who knows what I'll pick next week? I don't pick it. I let it pick me.
I was excited to see which one you're going to come up with today. I love how you did the video. That was really cool.
Yeah, I think I may do one like that from now on.
Yeah, I really like that.
Hopefully my computer won't start stuttering again. Yeah, today I was trying to do a new graphic for the show for tonight, and it took like 10 minutes just to open a folder on my computer. I'm like, ain't nobody got time for this.
I don't got time for this.
So I opened up the old what program do I even use? I don't even know. What the hell is it called? Clean My Mac. And I did all kinds of sweeps and cleans, and I did the hardcore clean. So it seems to be running. I haven't got that message about your computer's going to self-destruct. Did system junk, mail attachments, trash bins, malware removal, privacy optimization, maintenance, uninstaller, updater, extension cleaner. Did all kinds of stuff to it. So see how it works the rest of the week. So yeah, like Debbie says, have a great rest of the week, everybody, and we'll see you probably on Sunday. If I'm in town, I'll probably be, but I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm doing this week. Maybe going to Coral Castle. Yeah, I'll go there too if there's such a place existed. Coral Castle, or who knows? I may be playing in a disc golf tournament down in New Smyrna Beach, Debbie.
It's like a Where's Waldo met, like, where's Rob?
Yeah. Maybe heading down Debbie's way to play a disc golf tournament. And it's going to be interesting because I haven't played since the last one I played in, which was 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. I'll probably suck, but maybe if I finish it, that'll be an achievement. But I already paid for the entry, so I get a good player's pack.
Oh, there you go.
I get a t-shirt that's probably not going to fit me. They're probably going to give me like a large or something.
A medium.
Will this fit you? That'll fit like over one arm. But anyway.
That was end up with like a medium. I'm like, what am I going to do with that?
Exactly. What am I gonna do with this? Wipe my butt with it? Come on.
Full t-shirt.
Well, it is officially 2 a.m. here at my corral, so we're gonna call it a night. I don't know. We get up tomorrow and look for appliances because all mine are rapidly deteriorating around the house here.
Yay!
Yeah. How was your pizza today? I saw the picture. It looked good.
It was good.
That was it? Okay.
Good call.
Groovy. All right. Catch y'all next week or Sunday.
Good night. Love and light.
Bye-bye.